Mide komi nensa, me mide komi teyenu, me pa Nigeria gima bere, me she comping gima bere.
Nestled in the heart of Nigeria's Niger Delta, Ogoniland is a land rich in culture, history, and natural resources. For decades, its oil reserves have been both a blessing and a curse. It has long been marred by the scars of oil pollution. Despite efforts and promises, the cleanup of Ogoniland remains an unfinished journey. This documentary delves into the complexities and challenges of the incomplete cleanup exercise and the women's plight. In the early 1990s, Ogoniland became the epicenter of a battle between multinational oil companies and the indigenous people. The extensive oil extraction led to environmental devastation and sparked widespread protest. The Ogoni people, led by activists like Ken Saro-Wiwa, demanded environmental justice and economic empowerment.
Ogoni people is well fitted with oil. Oil on our land is like our palm wine that they are tapping from our palm trees. And in the Ogoni culture, if you are tapping in someone's swamp, there is a day in a week that you will give the supply of everything to the owner of the swamp. And that very day, in Ogoni we call it Deko. Igbo people call it Eke. That every Eke, which is Deko, the oil for that day is for the owner of the swamp.
Yes.
You won't use it as a tapper.
Yes.
So share we are talking about oil. Because we are of minority people, we were not regarded. Out of 7 days in a week, because share tap every day. They don't regard Sunday. Every day they tap. 7 days in a week, they are tapping. We ask for just 1 day. They said, if it's for them to give us, they will kill us. And that's what they did to us. So our father talked about cancer, we were talking about it, that they should give us just 1 day, that we will be okay with it. They refuse. Instead for them to do that, what we see was to man on us, military people. We were chased. We were harassed. We were embarrassed. To the extent, we were killed with others. 9 others that were killed. We lost all of them 1 day. They hung them on a gallows. If you see them, they cover their eyes with black clothes. There were checking points everywhere. If you are strong enough and you want to go to farm, you must kneel down at that checking point and crawl before you pass them with the load you carry. Until you pass them, before you can stand and walk. Treatment that was given is meant for goats, animal, not human being. Till now, nothing has been done to us.
1993. I was resident at Winkabari Street. Where I was staying in Bori was a very strategic street because our house was close to the house of Kensaruwa's parents where they lived. When the struggle began, on the first day, on January 4th, 1993, I can remember as a smart kid going up there and I saw people carrying leaves and singing, Piana luo gonigato, piana luo gonigato, piana luo gonigato. The song moved me. I was happy. My people were coming out. It was going to be good. It was promising. We were hearing stories of how we are going to be getting empowered, how they will build roads, how they will give us good health care, how they will build schools. By the time the struggle will be over. Then midway into 1994, we started noticing something on the streets of Bori. The military were everywhere on the streets. Some days we don't get to go to school because it wasn't safe out there. Our parents will lock us in the room. They will go out to look for what we eat. One of those days, my mom went out. She was a member of the Be Zion group then, women that were praying for the struggle. She came home crawling. The military had attacked them at police station. They beat her up, stripped some of the women naked, shoot tear gas in their eyes, sent them home battered. My mom got home that night crying. We were managing the situation until 1995. I could remember the night when Kesariwa's judgment was passed. In our yard, we had one Mr. Nwate from Gokana who had a black and white television. We ran the television to watch the execution and the judgment. It was a terrible night for me as a child growing up. The moment they announced him guilty, the whole town was filled with cry. There was well in Bori that night, and then there was power outage. NEPA has taken the light. It was an horrifying experience as a child growing up. My mommy had to run. The man said we should run because the military will be coming. They know he lives there and he's a brother to the late Felix Nwate. So my mommy took us from the house that night. Carried the luggage on her head, carried my younger sister who is now late on her back, held my hand, held my brothers, and we started trekking all the way from Bori. We couldn't go to our village Lowi through Wiakara because the military were there. So we had to trek through Bori, and then we got to Kani Bridge. By then, Kani Bridge was just a bridge with logs of wood. You know this kind of village bridge where there is no road. The logs, you could see the river down there, and you were trekking it as a child of about 5 and 6 thereabouts. My mom held our hands. I was like, don't be afraid, you will not fall into the river. And we trekked through Kani. Then we got to Ko, and then we got to Po, and then we got to Bere. Bere was a very draining site because when we wanted to settle in Bere, it was opposite the compound of GB Letton. The military has taken over that place. On our way trying to go back to where we heard that they have entered Eke. Where are we going to go? Eke was just a stone throw for my community. And then we were stranded on the road that night. We slept in the bush. The stress, the trauma, I can't really tell, but as I speak with us now, my mom is incapacitated. She has acute arthritis, she can't walk. And I can tell for sure that the stress from those experiences could have contributed to this one. Even as an adult, if I see the sight of a gun right now, I'm terrified. You can't stand with me. I have this phobia for gun because I grew up seeing guns around. You know, military presence everywhere. You're going to the school, they're on the streets. If they say run, I don't want, they don't matter whether you're a child or not, they will give you what they call, there's a way we call that kick that time. They will kick you and your 2 legs will go off the ground and you swap to the ground. They don't want to know whether you're a child. Growing up in the city of Bori as at 1993 to 1995 as a child was a horrible one. The days we ate and the days we didn't eat were the same. The days when the town is tensed, mommy can't go out to get food, so you have to sleep on an empty stomach. My childhood experiences, the trauma, the pain, the agony, the hunger, the deprivation I got as a child, as an average Ogoni child then growing up, is one of the reasons I have vowed my life for this struggle. It's one of the reasons I have decided that even if it takes my life, I will speak up. I will speak up because I know what I went through and I wouldn't want my children to go through it. I will speak up because I know that we demand justice. You kill a man, you attacked him in Motara, you have not exonerated him, you want to come and take the same oil you killed him for.
Yeah, oil was discovered in commercial quantity in Ogoni in 1958. And from that time up to 1990, when the Ogoni people decided to take stock of their environment, and the course of doing that discovered that the Ogoni that used to be a food basket for the Niger Delta could no longer feed our citizens. Ogonis that were predominantly fishermen and farmers and became very wealthy in the fishing and farming business were now buying fishes to eat. In fact, became traders in fishes that were not fished in Ogoni rivers. In Ogoni, the women, one of their very lucrative means of getting money is to pick periwinkles and the bloody cocoa to sell and make money. But when the oil spill came and started destroying, affecting all the fishes in our river, everything, periwinkle was not spared. And so women got out of business. So it is unfair for the government to look at a nationality that has such magnitude of problem, including our ongoing struggles that are not being resolved, to come to talk about reopening oil wells again. You know, everything about oil production come within divide and rule. It means that brother can wake up and kill another brother. So I think the government is trying to provoke another round of communal crisis in Ogoni. They're trying to provoke another round of killings in Ogoni. They're trying to provoke another round of poverty and hunger in the land.
I was one of the first women that led Federation of Ogoni Women Association called FOA. On one great day we were in market, we heard that they are bombed 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐿. So everybody was running helter-skelter. And I gathered the women and stayed to one Bori. I asked, what will we do? We heard that they have raped women, killed women at 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐿 and also at 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐿. So we the women, we cried. I now fixed a day. We gather as stay to work and pray to God that we need peace among our women in Ogoni land, that we are suffering. So after then, our women will now contribute as of then. 200 naira was a big money as of then. 1993. So we now gather the money and use that money to buy food for the victim and buy drugs for the victim at 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐿 and at 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐿. So after that, we were there. We heard that our people have been killed at Bokara. After about 4 days, army went into return to break our doors, to rape our women. Even some married women, some our young girls, they were raped. They terrorized us. We run. Like myself, I run and aim myself at 80 at Akwa Ibom village. I stayed there almost 3 weeks. They were hunting me and said I was the women leader. My mother was terrorized and my sisters. Our women was raped and we stay nakedness, hunger. So now we are calling on United Nations that they should come and assist us. Since then, our women, we are suffering. Most of the women that are in the local village, they are suffering, having nothing to eat.
For me, I have engaged with Ogoni women for many years now. I'm also aware of how Ogoni women suffered sexual violence and other forms of inhuman treatment in the hands of the then Rivers State Internal Security Task Force led by Colonel Paul Okutimu. Ogoni women testified at the Okota panel, and I'm not aware that there was anything done for them who were brave enough to testify since after that period. I am holding a documentation in my hand, Blood and Oil, Testimonies of Violence from Women of the Niger Delta. Many of the women who were interviewed and documented by Sokari Ekine in this book were Ogoni women. Now the federal government is seriously considering and taking efforts to return to Ogoni to begin to extract oil. The consensus is that the cleanup initiative has been on since about 2017. They should be consideration for the environment to heal through the cleanup process. There should also be consideration for the community members, particularly the women. The women have not healed. The women actions should be taken to contributing to the healing of the women and the healing of the land before the federal government considers returning back to Ogoni to begin to take oil. Resuming oil extraction in Ogoni right now is beginning to cause pollution all over again, even when the cleanup is not yet completed. The report of the assessment of UNEP in Ogoni land said it will take about 25 to 30 years to completely restore the environment. That is still going on.
They kill all our women and take all our oil. They kill all our young men and take all our things. They rape all our women and take all our oil. They kill all our great men and take all our oil. So that is all these women you see, they suffered in Ogoni. All Ogoni women, all Ogoni men, all Ogoni young boys, they died. They raped all Ogoni women. We suffered. We suffered. They did not consider the women. They did not consider the women.
In 1993, oil extraction in Ogoni land came to a halt, marking a significant victory for the Ogoni struggle. However, the cessation left behind a legacy of environmental damage and economic hardship.
𝐒𝐚𝐭𝐜𝐡 army was threatening Ogoni people. The men, they are in their hideout. So that day, my experience is what I'm telling you people now. That day, as the women were dancing, the information got to them that Ken is in Boro. Immediately, the 𝐒𝐚𝐿 army came and started beating the women. How can a woman of 50-something, 60 years, 80 years, because as the case may be, as they were happy, even if you cannot walk well, they came out. How can you tell them to do frog jump, holding ears on the road? The whole thing was too much. Some people ran into the wounded. Some people ran into, if you leave this place now, a little bit forward there, going to police station, there is one stream there, river there. Some people ran into that river and they don't know how to swim. They trapped there. If not men, some men that was in hideout that jumped into the water and picked them and put them inside this Pawantaba's canoe and they crossed them over to another place. Lost their wrapper, their handbag, everything. They beat them. And the whole Ogoni shed tears that day. The whole Ogoni was in darkness that day. Ogoni people, we were in darkness. We don't know what was happening. And Shell was in Ogoni extracting oil from that year. As we had, they said 1958 that they started extracting oil from here. And nothing. We don't see any impact. That since then, they were taking oil from here. Till today, my dear sister, I am saying no. I am not in his support. And I know that other women will join me to say no to scare. Grassroots women will come out and we will move, walk naked. This is my small breast. That day, I'll open it.
Na be kono Lucy ko Mbe te la te. Elo moso. Mbe wanyone na pot. Bakpo I. Ina bilabi bakpo I. Ina kanso babok I. Ite ya alo ke yari mulo. Lo erede lo te. I muona din. Ilo yala. Eso ba po ke ya we nuna me na le we ken le ba do ya. Me ba kwa na le lo mo so ba ya do me ya we nuna. Kata ya mambe ina. Elo mi te. Lo ke mi da to na le. Ba wi po di ne de. Iwe te ra ne. Sika so ki bu ko we do. Ba po I. Ba boni mo. I ka da be lo re aya ki bu ko e. Bu ko gwala. Ba po I. Bagbina gi mo itera nage alu alo deya mbezi leto nda kere ko me ba suro no me lo ne ile zanale me ba suro ma le lo nu ma do wo ma bala ne ipigi ba ni ipigi lo no lo ba no ipigi we na le lo ba na no ipigi ba su.
In 2011, the United Nations Environment Programme UNEP released a landmark report detailing the severe contamination in Ogoniland. The report revealed that the soil, water, and air were heavily polluted with hydrocarbons, posing serious health risks. The UNEP report was a wake-up call. It highlighted the extent of the environmental damage and the urgent need for a comprehensive cleanup. It is disconcerting that in the ongoing frenzy to resume oil extraction in Ogoniland, the concerns raised in the Bill of Rights, which led to the termination of oil extraction and repression of the people, have not been addressed. Similarly, there has been no attempt to secure justice for the countless families that lost lives, livelihoods, and properties in what is still the worst attack on a peaceful indigenous population by Nigerian security forces. Persons who committed acts of genocide and abuses against unarmed populations and boasted publicly about it have still not been brought to justice. For the majority of Ogonis, the event of the 1990s remains an open, unsolved wound, begging for the healing of truth and justice.
When the thing don't happen, we dey for house. We run. After we run finish, come enter in the inside the bed. The bed cover ourselves. But when we enter there, and the people enter for that ground where we enter, then draw, shoot gun. Oh God, come help. The gun no kill us because of our struggle. So I met today, we both say the thing cannot happen again. Our man don't die. I say don't die. Something cannot happen. When person don't lose his life. So today, the thing cannot happen like that again. Not so I thought, not so it will be.
My call to action is that there should be established a multi-billion dollar women's development fund in the Niger Delta, and community women should be part of the board. We should not bring the elite to come and be in control of the fund. Community women should be members of the board of the Women's Fund.
Flowing from the foregoing, it is our recommendation that the government puts a stop to any planned attempt to resume all activities in Ogoniland. It should rather concentrate on redeeming the ecological disaster in the area, decommissioning aged oil infrastructure, replacing the lost livelihood of the people, and securing justice for the countless Ogonis waiting for closure.